What is up, guys? Your boy Heist here. Today we back with another video. And listen, I know it's been a little minute since the last upload. It's been like 3 months. And listen, I'm not gonna say I have a reason. I just haven't been uploading. I haven't been making content. I did have a video for y'all boys. I really did. But some told me last minute it's not. I didn't feel like posting it. You know what I mean? So I didn't post it. I completely deleted the video. And I guess right now I just really want to talk to y'all boys. You know what I mean? Because listen, the year's about to end in 2, 3 days, literally, because it's Sunday right now. So, and for me anyway, in 2 days, it's gonna be New Year's Eve, and then it's New Year's. It's gonna be 2025. You know what I mean? So, I feel like this is a time where we talk about well, I'll talk about my year a bit, what I've learned, and how this getting to 2024 year as a whole, 2025, and just trying to figure out ourselves. So honestly, let's just go straight into the video and let's talk about it. Alright guys, so I would say the first thing that really helped me just go through this year, you know what I mean, would be starting to build a relationship with God. And look, I'm not gonna sit here in front. I never read the scripture. I started reading it a bit not too long ago on my phone, but I don't really like reading on my phone. I need to physically get the Bible just to educate myself, you know what I mean? So, look, I don't read the scripture, but I always believed in God. I just never put effort into building that relationship until recently, until maybe 2 to 3 months ago, you know what I mean? So, just me being able to talk to him every day, to make an effort to talk to him, to pray every day, you know what I mean? And just not ask anything of him. The only thing I ask for is just safety of people I love, of people I cared about, just being good to people, even if they do me wrong or if they're not in my life anymore. And I kind of feel like that just helped me a lot through the year, you know what I mean? Even if it's been 2 to 3 months, being able to forgive people, even if they did you bad, that's key, just to your own personal development, to your inner peace. That's definitely key. And you don't have to let them know that you forgive them, but you can forgive them in silence, because it's not for them. You're not forgiving for them, you know what I mean? That's not what you're forgiving them for, yourself. And when you forgive a person, when you're able to forgive kind of easily, because it's not like you're able to forgive, it's hard, you know what I mean? Especially when you have a lot of grudges, when you hold a lot of hatred, it's hard for you to forgive someone. But the more you decide to let go of things, the more you forgive people, and you forgive even things you do to yourself. It definitely just makes life a whole lot easier, because you kind of tend to realize that everybody, they tend to do their own thing, and you can't really control what they do. You can't, and you just can't do that. That's not possible. The only thing you can do is you can control what you do, how you act, how you react, and what you choose to do. So there's no point in worrying about things you can't control, and because why would you let it ruin your mood? You can't control that. It is what it is. Move on. Just live. You know what I mean? And with that, I feel like just being in the moment. A lot of people tend to struggle with just being in the moment, and in a sense where, like, don't live too in the moment where you don't care about your future. You know what I mean? But live just enough. Excuse me. Live just enough where you're in the moment and you're content and you're peace, because your past doesn't define you, and what happened, like, the future's not even here yet. So why are you even worrying about that? Why are you even stressing? The only thing you can do and worry about is right now, the present time, current. And what you kind of realize that is everything kind of just starts to, in its own way, fall into place. You know what I mean? Everything starts to make sense. You start to realize, everybody does things on their own accord. They do things tend to how they feel or what they deem was necessary at that time, because we're human. We do things that make sense to us, even if it doesn't make to someone else. If it doesn't make sense, even if it hurts someone else, we do it. You know what I mean? Because we're all naturally selfish. We're human. We make all these mistakes, and at the same time, we care for ourselves. You know what I mean? Regardless of who, like, even the most self-aware people at times can even hurt someone. You know what I mean? So again, we all fuck up. It's cool. And I feel like those are very major things I've learned during this year. Just being able to let go, being able to move on, being able to forgive, and connecting with God. Because they definitely do correlate with each other. And it just made me a calmer person. I'm able to think a lot more clearly. I'm able to handle things very rationally. And I'm not able to be hard on myself. I used to be very hard on myself. And whenever I'm hard on myself, it just I kind of shut down, or it just obviously I just feel bad. But I realized it's okay. If there was one thing that definitely stood out to me this year, I don't know why I can't talk, but one thing that definitely stood out, um, I was talking to my homeboy, right, and I was just telling him about a situation. We was talking, and he said this the most fire shit I heard this year. You know what I mean? And he basically said what you do is valid because it's your own choice. At the end of the day, you made that choice, so that's what makes it valid. And that doesn't mean like, oh, do whatever you want. Whatever you do is valid. But at the same time, it's kind of like that's also kind of what it means, because I did it because at that time, whether I realized it or not, I felt I made that choice. That's me living life the way I'm choosing to live my life. You know what I mean? Because you can't live your life for others. You need to be able to live life behind your own rules, behind your own morals, by what you go by. You know what I mean? You can't live to make others happy. You need to live for yourself because, well, we only live once. We are in our flesh and we need to live. So you can only really live for yourself. And as maybe people may find that conceited or selfish, but it's the truth. Because if you're living for others, well, what happiness is that? You know what I mean? Be constantly seeking out validation from others, constantly wanting to make them happy. And when they're not happy, you're not happy. You know what I mean? So why are you depending so much on someone else's happiness for your own happiness? You need to be what matters the most is your own happiness. So you need to be able to depend on yourself, because at the end of the day, all you're going to have is yourself. So with that being said, that's just kind of what I think. And this is overall, it's just been my year. You know what I mean? Just figuring things out. um, Taking my time with things, just doing what I need to do, because I definitely have a lot to figure out still. I'm 19. I'm about to turn 20 next month, and you know, it's cool. You know what I mean? Life is alright. Life is good, and I'm grateful for the good and the bad that happened. I'm grateful for anything that will come my way, because that's really all I can be. That's all I can do. You know what I mean? Um, so listen, overall for me, 2024 isn't really a bad year. You know what I mean? I definitely say it's been the fastest year, maybe a bit slow some days, but it's definitely been the most year, like the year where I've seen the most growth in myself, and I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of who I am, and even if sometimes I'm still a little whatever. You know what I mean? I still did a lot to be able to work on myself, and that's all that really matters, because I'm still constantly trying to improve. I'm working on myself mentally, I'm working on myself spiritually, and I'm working on myself physically. And honestly, that's all that matters. So I'll say really, guys, within this new year, 2025 is right around the corner. I suggest you guys just work on yourself. You do what makes you happy. You work on your mental. You work on yourself spiritually, and you just lock in this year. You know what I mean? And listen, I'm not really a New Year resolution type of guy. Like, most people, they just do that for all talk. It sounds good, you know what I mean? And when they talk about it, they tell people they're gonna do this. It kind of gives them the same dopamine as if they are doing it. That's why it's always better to just do it. You know what I mean? Don't talk about it. So listen, if you really want to do some, guys, just do it. You don't need to tell anyone. You don't even need to tell your friends. And I know we all tempted to tell our friends what we want to do, what we're trying to do, what we're going to do. But sometimes it's just better to keep it to yourself, because when you actually do it, when it actually happens, then you're able to tell other people instead of telling them before you even did it. You know what I mean? So definitely go into this year working on yourself. Um, just do what makes you happy. You know what I mean? If you use social media on a day-to-day basis and you use it a lot, just try to limit that a bit. Try not to use social media at all. Just limit it, or just if you're gonna use social media, try to do a little something where you can benefit off of it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things you can do, and just whatever you guys decide you want to do, make sure you're passionate about it. Make sure what you do, you love it. Always make sure what you do is love it, because you don't want to do something you hate. You really don't, because at the end of the day, then you're going to be miserable, and that energy you're able to project that onto others, and now you're gonna make somebody else miserable. You're going to ruin their day, and you never want that, because what you put out in the universe is what's coming back to you. What you give out is what you're going to receive. So always give out positive energy. Always want to help people. Always want to spread love. You never know who needs it, and you know you do it from the bottomness of your heart. You do it to be genuine, and eventually, at some point in time, you will be rewarded. But I don't do that for that. I do it because I love what I do. You know what I mean? Talking to people, being able to help people. That's just me personally. That's what I want to do. I always enjoy doing that. That's something I kind of always done, and that's something I'm gonna continue to do, because that's what I believe my purpose is. And with purpose, I know I'm rambling a bit here, but I'm freeballing this. And with purpose, guys, don't stress too much about finding your purpose. You're going to find your purpose the more you do things for yourself, because you understand yourself better. You understand what makes you you. You know what I mean? So, if you wanna kind of have a better understanding of yourself, you guys could journal. You guys can do what I do. I also journal, but you could also talk to God or talk to whatever you believe in. You know what I mean? Believing there's a higher power, and just talking. Even that's a good way to figure yourself out. Being able to sit there and ponder in your thoughts, to sit in your head, let the thoughts come up. Just in completely silence, quiet for a few minutes. That can help you figure yourself out. Because like I mentioned earlier, the only thing you have is yourself at the end of the day. So when you're able to chill by yourself, you're able to do anything. When you're able to control your mind, you're able to do anything. So, with that being said, that's kind of all I really want to talk about, guys. Listen, it's December 29th for me right now. I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. I hope you guys also had a good Thanksgiving. I know that was like a month ago, and New Year's is right around the corner. So with that being said, I love y'all boys. If you stayed it to the end, I appreciate it. This is just me talking. Maybe I can learn something off of this. Maybe I want to take my advice. That's on y'all. You know what I mean? I'm just putting this out there because I want to, because this is that's something I like to do. You know what I mean? This is something I want to do. So I'm just putting it out there because I want to. And you never know. If I can help one person, maybe two person, if I can open their minds just a bit, that's fine with me, and I'm grateful for that. So with that being said, I hope you guys appreciate the video. If you did, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe, and make sure to hit that noti button for whenever I decide to upload again. And with that being said, guys, happy New Year's. Stay safe, guys. Don't do anything crazy, and I'm gonna catch you boys later.